Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Labor Day or no Labor Day if you happen to be not laboring today. My name is Jennifer Waters, and I am coming to you live from Central New York. Today, I want to talk about something that we suggest all the time in the clinic for you post transfer. Those of us that are involved in the acupuncture and healing arts world, at least, tell you to keep your feet warm. I have to say that through the decades now of doing pre and post transfer treatments, the evolution of socks has really come a long way. I've seen a lot of socks with all kinds of labels and positive affirmations and pineapples. And who knew that the fertility world was going to influence the sock world in such a lucrative way? And it's kind of fun. My suggestion in terms of socks is thicker is better. I used to think smart wool was the way to go because they absorb wool. That kind of wool absorbs sweat and helps keep the feet dry. But for whatever reason, they don't actually keep your feet warm. So the thick socks made of whatever material really do seem to keep your feet warmer. So today I want to explain a little bit about why would you want to keep your feet warm. So first of all, everything is connected, right? We know that in the body we are an interconnected system. If your thyroid is off, we know your ovaries are under functioning, which is going to affect the pituitary and hypothalamus. So nothing is actually isolated. And this is one of the main distinguishing philosophies or understandings in healthcare versus disease care, right? In health, the true healthcare system, everything is interconnected. You can't have one cause without multiple effects and vice versa. So we need to really look at the body as a whole. So that is absolutely why we encourage you to have your feet warm post transfer and actually throughout your entire pregnancy and possibly the whole rest of your life. Why not? Because of the what's called channel theory. So traditional Chinese medicine, the acupuncture part of TCM is based on channel theory, otherwise known as the meridians. So I wish I had a bit of a better model, but for now, we're going to show you him. If any of you have been to a clinic, you've probably seen these models in the waiting room or in the treatment room or whatever. And you can see this is the bladder channel along the back. So basically, the meridians of the body, think of it like the throughway system, right? So the throughway was designed to help vehicles, to help you get from one place to the next, right? The acupuncture meridian system is exactly like that. These are both superficial and internal meridians, channels in the body that are used to circulate hormones, blood, the bioelectrical aspect of your body, which we know exists for a number of ways that we can prove. It's fascinating when you do a deep dive into the bioelectrical aspect of the body. We cannot separate it out from the hormonal system, the lymphatic system, the cardiovascular system. They all work together to keep things in balance. So it just so happens that the channels that originate in your feet go directly to your uterus and are affecting the uterus. So if your feet are freezing, you're going to decrease the blood flow that's going to your uterus. It's that simple. So I want to show you a picture from one of my acupuncture books. And I will be figuring out how to share images with you better. So I'm just going to do this for Facebook for a moment. You see that point in the bottom of the foot? That is the kidney channel. And you see how it travels up the leg right into the abdomen? That's exactly what it is. So, kidney 1 begins on the bottom of the foot and it travels right up into the kidney organ itself. Why does this matter? Because the kidneys in Chinese medicine are the foundation of your reproductive system. So I'm going to read to you something that's from Joyce Gimphil, who is an expert acupuncturist and phototherapist. As we know, there's multiple ways to affect the energy in our channels. We can do that with sound. We can do that with light. We can do that with a needle. We can do it with a magnet. We can do it with breath. There's a lot of ways to affect the energy in our channels. So what makes the feet so special? There are 6 channels that run through your feet. Liver, gallbladder, super important in post transfer, right? This is the liver and the gallbladder, very important with keeping the blood circulating, with preventing blood clots. Remember, we want to support whatever medications you're on. We want to enhance their effectiveness by working with the channels and working with light or sound or whatever you're doing. So the 6 channels that run through your feet: liver, gallbladder, spleen, stomach, kidney, and bladder, right? So these are all the primary organs that are going to help you to maintain a healthy pregnancy. 1/4 of the body's bones are in the feet and over 72,000 nerve endings. Now, that is something I hadn't considered until recently. That is a lot of nerve endings. So you think about it, how easy it is to develop peripheral neuropathy. This is why it goes to the feet, because of these 72,000 very, very tiny nerve endings. They're easy to influence. Your feet are considered the body's roots in Chinese medicine. This also correlates to the feet's relationship with the kidneys. The kidney system is responsible for our life force energy. Several key kidney acupoints are located in the bottom of the feet and inside the ankles. So it's not just the feet and the toes. We do want to keep the ankles fairly warm also. I tell folks that are driving post transfer, turn the heat on in your car to keep your feet warm. Don't let the cold air blow on them because they will contract, and we don't want that contraction to travel up and affect the uterus. The temperature of your feet is related to the temperature of your womb. We already said that. When the chi, which is the energy of your body, is flowing freely, the body is warmed. Now, I just want to talk about temperature for a moment because it's become a bit of a issue in my mind. This whole thing about air conditioning, right? So obviously, if you live in New Orleans, it's going to be a lot different. If you live in Miami, it's a lot different than living in upstate New York, living in Toronto, living in Montreal. So we didn't evolve in air conditioning, right? We evolved by adapting to our environment, right? So what's happening when people are living in controlled climates all the time, the body loses its ability to adapt. Now, a lot of Chinese herbs that we take are adaptogens, right? Reishi, shiitake, a lot of the big mushrooms we take, ashwagandha, these are adaptogens. These allow the body to change in a way that's necessary in the moment, right? All we're doing is changing all of the time. Our cells are changing, we're reproducing new cells, old cells are dying, the body is cleaning up all of the time. So, if we can only deal with living in a controlled environment, this isn't helping us. We have to eat foods in the summer that help to clear this excess heat out of the body. We need to eat foods in the winter that help us to warm up, right? So I'm noticing this big trend. People are losing their ability to just sit in a warm environment in the summer with. So please take a look at that in your world. If you look at houses like in Georgia, these homes were built to cool in the summer, right? With trees that have shade, with means to pull out humidity, not blasting in cold air, which is really not good for the body long term. With ways so that all the windows can open so that we get a free flow of energy through fresh air throughout the whole house, right? This helps us to clear out old, stagnant energy and bring in fresh, clean air. And that's ideal. That is what we want. And also, it's better for the environment, right? We're not using all of this electricity to make ourselves comfortable. And a lot of times, it's just a couple people living in large spaces to. So think about the impact that you're having on the environment and what that's possibly doing to your body. Okay, that was a bit of a rant. So back to the kidneys and why we want to keep our feet warm. And so how can we do that? Obviously the thick socks I like. Putting on the heat in your car can help a lot. Sticking your feet in warm water can be good. Going out onto the grass, the earth in the summertime, warming your feet up there. You can use patches. You can stick these patches on the bottom, the soles of your feet. That can help donate energy to the acupuncture points that are there, which is then going to facilitate energy moving up the channels, which is going to help keep your body in balance. What else? I think that's it. If you happen to be going into a clinic for a treatment, you can always ask the acupuncturist to warm up your feet. All of us have some kind of heat lamps or LED or whatever it is to keep your feet warm. And I believe that is it today. I hope that answered your questions. If not, please reach out to me. JenniferWaters.net is my website. Ask questions. I'm happy to respond. Otherwise, take care of yourself so that you can take care of others. Good luck with everything. And I look forward to seeing you at 195 Intrepid Lane, Syracuse, New York.